Hi there, I'm Anna McKinley, and if you are feeling overwhelmed right now, then this one's for you. Because here's the thing, overwhelm. So much talk about it these days. I used to be an expert in overwhelm. I was overwhelmed in my work. I had too much to do, too little time, and too many deadlines. I was overwhelmed in my family life. Gotta be the perfect mum. Gotta keep on top of all the jobs and the chores at home and keep things looking good. Gotta make sure that everyone in my family is healthy and eating well and happy. It's impossible, right? And I was completely overwhelmed and burned out because I was trying to do everything all at once and achieve things that actually were completely outside my control anyway. Look, since then, I've also gone on as a coach to coach many clients also stuck in that place of overwhelm and helping them to navigate their way out of it. And with all of that, I've learned something really powerful, something fundamental about overwhelm, which I'm going to share with you now. And look, I've got a little warning first, a health warning if you like. You may not like what I'm about to share with you, but if you come to it with an open mind and pay attention, this could completely change your life. So, you ready? Right, here it is. There is only one person in the entire universe who can make you feel overwhelmed. And there is only one person in the entire universe who can actually help you escape overwhelm. And it's both the same person. That person is you. It's not anybody else. It's not your boss. It's not your spouse. It's not your kids. It's not even me. Nobody else can actually change that overwhelm other than you. Here's the thing, fundamentally, we are each the root cause of our own overwhelm or of our own happiness and our own freedom. And it all comes down specifically to our expectations. What we expect creates the result, right? But the thing is that actually more often than not, it's not even our expectations that get us stuck in this horrible place. It's other people's expectations that we've taken on board. It might be parents' expectations, neighbours, friends. It might be expectations that we've absorbed through social media or through advertisements that we've been bombarded with that have caused us to have these expectations. But here's the thing. There are so many expectations that we are bombarded with all the time in our society, and that put us in that place of overwhelm unless we actually step up and choose not to take them on board. Let me give you some examples. How about this? The expectation that we should be able to do everything all the time. The expectation that we should be able to do things perfectly. There's no such thing. It's never going to be good enough. The expectation that we can take on that extra project or that extra client in our work and our business and complete that work successfully and on time without dropping any of the other things we've got on our plate. You've got to be kidding me, right? What about the expectation that we should be able to get all of our kids to be on time for school, get to all of their activities on time, get their homework done and be happy and still have dinner ready on time, the house clean and all the laundry laundered and neatly folded, right? It's crazy when we think about it, to actually believe that that's possible to do all of that consistently. Here's another one, the expectation that we should be able to hold down the full-time job and the side hustle and be on the go, putting in those relentless hours day after day and still have the energy in our tank to be a good mom or a good dad or a good son or daughter. The expectation that we have to work hard and do the time to get ahead in life, to be able to give our family security, a good education, or maybe even, if we're lucky, the occasional holiday. Right? The list goes on, and you know these things, right? these expectations and expectations and expectations. The problem is if we allow those expectations to take root, if we actually buy into them, then we build ourselves into a box where we get completely trapped by these kinds of unachievable, impossible standards and expectations. It's no wonder that so many people feel overwhelmed, right? And added to that is the kind of expectation that we have in today's world that we can do it all now, that we should expect it all now, that we should be able to get the results now. And that's just not how the world works. So we get overwhelmed, we put in long hours, we're continually frustrated because we're not able to measure up to those expectations and standards, and we get stressed and burned out as a result. Is this ringing any bells? So look, if that feels like you, what I want to share with you is something that profoundly changed my life. It's a challenge, but if you're prepared to take this on board, this is what's going to give you the power to make change. And that is this. Ultimately, we each have a choice. In fact, we each are the only people who have this power to choose for ourselves. No one else can. We can choose to keep buying into the expectations and to suffer the consequences. The overwhelm, the burnout, the loss of happiness and joy, the missed moments with those that we love, the costs to our health, and so on. Or we can choose to adopt a different set of expectations. Right? Under option 1, we stay being the victim. Under option 2, we opt into actually stepping in to the power and capacity to take control back over our lives. We choose a different set of expectations. Maybe the expectation that it's okay if the dishes stay undone for a bit, or if the laundry stays unfolded, or if a project takes a bit longer if it means that the higher priority task is done first, or the expectation that those things that help us stay energized and happy and healthy come first, even if it means deferring something else, whether that's going to the gym, spending time with the family, or even just doing nothing for a while. Because doing nothing can actually be doing something if it allows us to recharge and to reconnect with our whole power, with the power of our whole mind, with our creative ability, to allow our mind to recharge and actually engage with what we're doing. So here's the thing. When we're overwhelmed, we're not able to tap into our full mental capacity. In fact, when we get into a negative stress state, part of what can happen is that key parts of our brain are sort of shut down to save energy and to help us to focus on just getting through the day, just getting through that treadmill. And so we can actually lose the ability to tap into our full capacity, our innate creativity, some of our unique personal strengths, even our full ability to work productively and effectively can be affected, depending on how we respond to stress and how we choose to view that, what our expectations are around it. So we may get a lot done if we get stuck in the hustle, long hours, trying to do everything all at once. We may tick a lot of things off our to-do list, but often it's not the things that are truly going to move the needle in our business, our work, or our lives. And very likely we're not going to get them done as effectively or as time efficiently as we could otherwise be capable of if we approach things differently. Whereas if we make the choice, if we focus on what is really important and choose to let go of the other things that sap our mental and emotional energy or that contribute to the overwhelm, that is when we're able to tap in much, much more effectively to our own true capacity. And it is up to you. So if you like the sound of actually stepping out of the trap of overwhelm and stepping into your personal capacity, it all starts with 3 simple decisions, which only you can make. Number 1 is the decision to adopt expectations that support you instead of overwhelming you. The second is the decision to either say no to or to put off doing the things that are not important right now, that are not aligned with your new expectations. Oh, and also that means saying yes to more of the things that energize you. And the third decision is quite simple. Start now, because when else is there? And look, I want to share with you, I know how hard it can be to make this shift. I know how trapped we can feel when we've built up these walls of expectations around ourselves. It can feel so hard to knock them down. I also know how great it is once you do make it, once you do break those walls down and start to see the expanse of opportunities outside that box. So if you feel you need additional help or support, you're welcome to reach out to me. Click on the link in the description or comments to this post to learn more and to get in touch if you feel that you need that extra support. Right now, because there is so much overwhelm in the world right now in the middle of 2020, I'm offering complimentary life redesign sessions for those who are really looking to make a shift in their lives so that you can escape that overwhelm trap and start living the great life that you're capable of and that we both know you deserve. Right. So hey, I'd love to hear from you. Regardless, I hope this has served you. And if you know anyone who's stuck in the overwhelm trap as well, you're welcome to share this content with them so that they can maybe tap into their own choice to actually recreate their expectations in their life. So hope this has served you, and I'll look forward to seeing you on another episode. In the meantime, you have a fantastic day. Bye for now.